Hello and welcome back to this week's webisode with Fishwick and Associates. As always, I'm joined by our owner and founder, John Fishwick, and the illustrious Judge Daniel. This week, John, I think we're talking about civil rights, which we specialize in, and workplace discrimination. Am I correct?
That's right, Zach, and thank you. Our host with the most. I do see Judge Daniels back. I know he's been away for multiple weeks. Nice to see him in the house again. I think he's actually here this week, not working virtually, which is
not a virtual background.
Yeah, so we're glad to see that. So yes, I've done civil rights work for a long time, and I think one thing that came out of what's happened this summer with the awareness that's been raised with Black Lives Matters movement and with all the peaceful demonstrations, I think it's been a learning lesson for our country about making sure that everybody has their rights, and I think people understand that sadly we've had a lot of discrimination at various points in our country's history. We need to learn from that and do better with that. And so we've gotten more calls than we have in the past, but a lot of calls concerning civil rights, often in the workplace. It could be because somebody feels they've been discriminated against, not hired or fired because of their race. It could be because of their gender. It could be because of a woman's not being paid as much as a man for doing the same work, an Equal Pay Act case, or it could be an age discrimination case. We've got several age discrimination cases now where you're replacing your job by a younger person and you feel like the fact that you were older was the motivating reason for terminating that person. So we help people in those situations. Those are important cases. And I think because of what's happened in our country over the last 6 months or so, there's an increased awareness of people of these claims and how discrimination is an invidious thing that happens in our country. And so we want to protect people when that happens. And so we've had those cases and we'll continue to have those cases. Daniel, I think one thing is, it's like anything in the law, it's more complex than it looks to the outside. You have to file, if it's a workplace discrimination, you typically have to file with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. Why don't you explain to folks what that is and what that process is that you have to file with them before you bring those cases?
Right. So if you feel you've been discriminated against in your workplace, you can't just, bring a lawsuit, and as you can with many other situations, you have to first file a claim with the EEOC, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. This is a federal agency that kind of specializes in investigating these claims. And what they'll do is they'll review your submission, and typically in the process we'll have our clients, they'll submit their own submission, but we'll help them out with it. We'll assist them in doing that. And they'll review that submission, and they'll make a determination whether they think that any sort of federal discrimination law has been violated. And what they'll do is they'll issue, typically they won't do anything. They'll just issue, they'll not make any determination. They'll issue what's called a right to sue letter, which basically says that we've investigated this, and if you want, you can now bring a lawsuit on these claims.
And Zach, you've been involved in this as our firm investigator. You often not only help us interview the folks who reach out to us, but there'll be coworkers or maybe somebody who knows something about the situation. You've had to do that in COVID. I think tomorrow you're actually working on one of these cases, driving a document to somebody. But tell us about the sort of folks that you've been interviewing on these cases.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I can't speak on them individually, but their situations, I found out, and as you know, once I interview one person, that usually leads to, well, you need to talk to this person, and then that person had a similar, if not the same incident. And so these things grow rapidly from just one to like a group, and unfortunately sometimes a specific demographic. And so, yeah, I mean, it's constantly evolving. Just like Daniel said, with, the types of social movements, the ones we're working on right now, are all relevant issues that have happened currently within 2020. And again, I think, like Daniel said, this is going to change, and we'll see more of this. Well, it hasn't gone away since the 60s or anything. I don't think it ever will go away, unfortunately. But I think it will change, is what I guess I'm trying to say. It will constantly change, and we'll be there right with the changes.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, Zach. I think the awareness has raised the consciousness of it. We probably get more inquiries from folks. Do they have a case? And we're very careful about vetting the cases. We get you involved in that and Daniel involved in that. Is the law right? Do we have the factual support for the case? So we vet the cases very carefully. But we're very sympathetic to these causes and to these claims. This is important work. We're very proud of the work that we do. If people aren't treated equally in the workplace or because of their color of skin or their age or their gender, in any setting, that's wrong, and that's got to be stopped. And so we'll continue to work on those cases.
I will say, John, you're right on that. And I don't want to sound holier than thou, because that's not even the right word, but it's fulfilling to help these people, because a lot of these people, they have nowhere else to turn. They don't know where to go. So they come to us literally with hat in hand saying, can you help me? And they don't know. And I mean, it's people like you and Daniel and the rest of the attorneys at the firm and the staff that, literally take them by the hand and lead them step through this process, so it's a good feeling.
It is. Well, it's good to be with everybody again. Zach, of course, I was with you last week. I wasn't with Daniel last week, but it's good to be with both you guys today, and good to be with our viewers.
Well, I'm glad to see that since I've come back, my title has evolved to the illustrious Judge Daniel.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. So anyways, welcome back. And this is another good session, and then good to see all our viewers again.
See you guys next week.
Did you want to sign us off, Zach?
Well, actually, yeah, okay. I didn't know if we were just going to cut it right there. So as always, if you have any questions, please just give us a call. We'd be glad to speak with you, and, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.